So I currently owe around $12,723. Tommy, why are you smiling? That's a ton of money, you know? Well, the answer is I'm smiling because I don't pay a single drop of interest on any of my credit cards, and I also plan on paying it in 6 months before all the promotions on those cards are actually over. So in this video, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to pay off your credit card debt very fast. On top of that, how to pay no interest on it. And more importantly, well, Tommy, should I pay it off or should I let it go to collections? The answer is I'm going to answer all these questions in this video because, again, I'm going to break everything down so you guys get it, pay no interest, pay it off fast, and then choose to either pay it off or not pay it off whatsoever. Now, if you guys don't know me, my name is TommyBryson. I'm an accountant. I upload videos on YouTube every single day. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified, and on top of that, do me a favor and smash the like button. Really appreciate it. And here's a question for you guys, okay? How much do you currently owe in credit card debt? How much do you pay on it, like APR, like the interest on it? And on top of that, who do you actually owe this money to? Is it Discover? Is it Chase? Now, for example, guys, me, TommyBryson, I owe around $12,723, and on top of that, I pay around 0% interest. However, I do plan on paying it off in 6 months. By the way, comment down below, how long do you want to take to pay it off? Comment down below, let me know. It's very important to set goals, to make sure you set your goals in this video. Now, before I tell you guys exactly how to do this, because it's very simple, I want to make sure you guys promise me one thing, okay? Promise me, once you're out of debt, you're going to stay out of debt. You might use your credit card, but only for rewards and to travel for free. And that way, you win, the credit card companies actually lose, okay? So promise me that. I trust you. Now let's go into detail on exactly how to get out of credit card debt if you are already in it, and also how to stay out of it if you're not in it already, okay? Now, the first thing is this, guys. Well, Tommy, how do I pay off my credit card debt very quickly? Well, the first thing you need to do is basically take an audit of where you are, who you owe, how much you owe, and most importantly, at what price do you actually pay that borrower. So for example, guys, right, you know, I owe $12,000 in credit card debt. However, I do have Discover, I have Chase, I have Capital One, I have a whole bunch of different cards out there. So I want to find out exactly how much I owe every single one of them. And once I know how much I owe them, the interest rate, and on top of that, you know, how, like, when do I want to pay this off? Well, you know, it's very much easier now to actually pay off the debt because now I know who I owe, how much I owe, and when do I actually want to pay it off. Okay, so now, basically, I want you guys to grab a piece of paper right now. If you don't have one, use your notes on your phone, your iPhone, your Android. It doesn't matter. They all have notes, so no excuse here, okay? Now, very simple, okay? I want you to make a list of all your credit card and that actually have a balance on it. So, for example, I want you to say, for example, Discover card, I owe $1,000. I paid 22% in interest. On top of that, that's basically it. Very simple, okay? Who you owe, how much you owe, and how much you pay on it, the interest rate. Once you have that down, I want you guys to grab that list of all the cards, and I want you to order it through the highest interest rate to the lowest one. Now, Tommy, why would I do this? How does this help me? Well, the answer is very simple, guys, okay? The reason I'm actually going to do it this way is because it's called the avalanche method. Once you start paying off the card with the highest APR, not the highest balance, doesn't matter. Once you pay off the card with the highest APR, the interest to charge you, well, the statistics show, the math shows, that you'll save more money over time. So, for example, when I had a lot of credit card debt, which I do have now, I thought that I had to pay the card with the highest balance, but in reality, that doesn't matter as much as the highest APR on the card. So, for example, guys, okay, this is a little preview of my entire debt, okay? So for example, guys, on my Apple Rewards cards, I owe around $5,014.53, and I pay around 27.49% in interest. For my Discover card, I owe around $310, and my interest rate is around like 16%. And on top of that, for my Chase Unlimited card, I owe around $1,999.42. Well, 62 cents. Very important, okay? The digits are very important. And I pay around 26.49% interest. Well, Tommy, that is a ton. And I thought you told me you don't pay any interest. What are you talking about here? Okay, well, the answer is, guys, they charge me that much. However, they don't charge me anything yet because all these cards that I have currently, I have them under something called a promotion. Where during the promotion, they don't charge me any interest whatsoever. So I'm interest free until the promotion runs out. So basically, I want you guys to make this entire list, okay? make the list of who you owe, how much you pay them in interest, and on top of that, how much you actually owe, the whole balance. So once you have that list, I want you guys to order it from the highest APR to the lowest APR. Once you have that, I want you guys to pay more money towards the highest APR one, pay the minimum on the rest, and boom. Once you're done paying with the highest one, you transfer over that money to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and so on and so on and so on. Now, Tommy, what's the third step? The third step is you rinse and repeat. You do it over and over and over again, and eventually you should be done paying off your debt. Now, for example, guys, if you want to see, for example, you want to say, hey, Tommy, I want to finish my debt in 6 months like you. Well, the answer is, if you owe $10,000, just divide it by 6, okay? Well, you have to pay around $1,666. Now, if you want to make sure, if you get paid on a weekly basis, I would want to pay my money off every single week, because I currently pay around $560 every single week, believe it or not, to credit cards, because I want to make sure every time I get paid, I pay off that money first, so I don't have to worry about it. So you would divide it by 4. There you go. On a weekly basis, you would pay around $416 towards your credit card debt, and in 6 months, you're literally done. But Tommy, okay, I get that. I know how to pay it off, but you're not telling me exactly how to avoid paying interest. It's the most important thing here, Tommy. I don't want to pay interest on it. Well, the answer is very simple. You do something called a balance transfer. Now, Tommy, what's a balance transfer? Well, the answer is, guys, if you have a card here, a Discover card, I don't have it on me right now, but a Discover card, and you're paying around 16%, 20%, 35%, and you want to stop paying that interest, well, you can't stop paying the card because it'll hurt your credit score. But what you can do is you can get another card over here, a balance transfer card that has a promotion. For example, hey, you transfer balance from this card to this card. Once you do that, we give you 18 months, 12 months, 21 months to pay off your balance full, well, with no interest whatsoever, which sounds pretty cool if you ask me, okay? Now, Tommy, where do I get the balance transfer card? Well, you apply for it like any other credit card, but tell me which one of the best out there. We'll have a video linked down below on the top balance transfer cards out there in the market. That way, some of these cards give you 9 months, some give you 12 months, some give you 18 months, some give you 22 months to pay off your debt without any interest whatsoever. So for example, if you owe $10,000 on a card and you're paying interest right now, well, imagine if you owe $10,000 in full, like all your debts, let's say $15,000, okay? You owe $15K in credit card debt, a ton of money, but you want to pay it off. However, you don't want to pay any interest on it. Well, if they gave you 22 months, 22 payments to pay it off, well, it means that 22 divided by 22, well, you would have to pay around $681 divided by 4 to get the weekly. That would be around $170 to pay off all your debts in full in 22 months without having to pay any interest whatsoever. Now, by the end of the 22 months, well, you pay no interest, you're done with your debts. However, if you had paid for 2 years interest, right? Well, if you owe $15K and you're being charged 30%, well, 30%, you times it by 1.30, well, that's around, like $4,500 extra in just in interest. So that's why transferring the balance over from one card to the next is so important. That way you avoid paying $4,500 in interest, because 30% is a lot of money, believe it or not. But Tommy, don't you pay a fee when you transfer the balance from one card to the next? The answer is yes, but you only pay 3%. So for example, 15K times 0.03, that's $450. However, 15K times 30%, well, that's $4,500. So you literally save around $4,050 in interest by transferring the balance from one card to the next card, okay? That way you save all the money when it comes to balance transfer cards, okay? However, guys, remember, balance transfer cards, you can use those cards not just for credit cards, but also for medical bills, car loans, or whatever you want to use it for. Again, link down below to the full video when it comes to the best cards in the market. Now, the last question here, before we run out of time, which we already have, well, the last question is, guys, well, tell me, what if I don't want to pay my balance off in full? And what if I want to stop paying my balance and just stop paying, okay? What happens then? Well, the answer is, I'll tell you a story. When I was in college, believe it or not, well, I had a credit card. And I owed around $3,000 on this card. It was a Berkeley card. I used it to buy a laptop. And everything was well for the first 2 months. 2 months later, I lost my job. I had no cash whatsoever. And some of my friends told me, hey, Tommy, stop paying the card, bro. They can't charge you if you don't have no money, bro. And I was like, you know what? That might be a good idea. But then, just like you are right now, I went on the internet I went in some books. I did a lot of research and I found that hey, if I were to, default on this card, it will hurt my credit score. It'll be my credit score for the next 7 years. So I said, you know what? I'm going to pay off this card. I'm going to try my best because, again, if you default on a card, it's called a charged off. You send it to collections, and then that lasts in your credit score around 7 years, and it will hurt you for a very long time. 7 years is a very long time. You can't really get a mortgage because look at that. You can't get a good credit card, and on top of that, once you have that on your record, are you really willing to go through like 7 years without having like any opportunities out there? So my decision is this, okay? People ask me, Tommy, should I pay it off or should I not pay it off? I always say like, hey, you made a mistake, that's fine, but I always recommend you pay it off step by step. Once you pay that off, do not close the credit card, okay? That's your record. That shows that, hey, I had a high balance, I paid it off, I'm responsible, and that way you probably get more opportunities when it comes to better credit cards and also higher limits on your card. Now, last thing here, guys, before I go, okay? Remember, when you use a credit card, you want to make sure you use it, but you pay it off in full every single month. Use cashback credit cards, travel credit cards with rewards, bonuses, whatever it is, but make sure you pay them off in full every single month. But Tommy, that's a lot of money. Well, it means you're spending way too much money that you don't have. So only spend the money that you usually do every single month, and you can pay back every single month. So again, guys, very simple. To summarize everything here, you want to make sure you do an audit. You make sure how much you owe, to who you owe the money, how much you pay on APR. Once you have that, you order it from the highest APR to the lowest APR. You pay that card off first. You go and you work yourself down like step by step. Now, if you want to do a balance transfer, link down below to the best cards out there. Transfer balance from that card to another card, and you pay it off before the entire promotion is over. That way you avoid all the interest. And lastly, please make sure you pay off your credit cards. Don't do a charge off because, again, guys, usually bankruptcies, charge off, they hurt your credit a ton. And sometimes, most of the times, if you have credit card debts, if you got in it, you can get out of it step by step. Now, if you do need some help making a budget or anything like that, just hit me up on Instagram at TommyBryson to help you out with everything. Again, at TommyBryson. And comment down below, guys, and let me know, does this video make sense? Does it not? Comment down below, let me know. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, like the video, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one, uno, just DM me on Instagram at TommyBryson. If you have any questions, for example, how to do it, how it works, all that fancy stuff, just DM me on Instagram at TommyBryson. And if you want to watch the full video on the top balance transfer cards in the market, watch this video right here. If you want to subscribe to the channel right now, subscribe to the channel right here. Like, look at my face, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and peace.